Hiya crafters, Amy here with Amy's Wares, and I have a huge Christmas card batch to share with you using this gorgeous big ornament stencil from A Colorful Life Designs. So you can see I have some card bases ready to go, some blending brushes, and here's a photo of the finished card that I'm going to batch. But do stick around for a bonus card at the end. Now to start, I decided to use these you know what? I forgot what they're called. Color blocks? Color boxes? I'm not sure. I saw them a long time ago from Jennifer McGuire, and I didn't get them right away. But then I realized that shipping was a lot more reasonable, so I finally bit the bullet. Now, to start, I'm thinking like very outside the box, like not proper or traditional Christmas colors at all. I just really like this card. So what I'm doing here is I'm going through my swatches of my Catherine Pooler inks to figure out which inks closely match the inks on this swatch card. Now these color blocks are meant for, inspirations for your coloring projects or maybe your cards. I just wanted to play with them and get them out here. So I decided the colors that I wanted, and then I will pull those respective colors out of my Catherine Pooler inks. And I do have this sprayed with pixie spray. I'm just going to put it down directly on a card base. Again, this is big ornament stencil. So if you do shop, use my coupon AmyFan10 at checkout, and you'll save on your complete order. Now, if there is a sale going on, like a BOGO sale, which does happen from time to time, it would not work for those instances, or if you were to get a Master Creator bundle. But here we go. We're going to do some ink blending with these colors. I'm just kind of thinking, because I have the same blending brush for a couple tones of this, so I wanted to start with the lighter one, the darker, because I'm just going to use that one blending brush for the green or the teal. So as I go quickly, I realize that there's too much residual ink in the brushes, and the colors weren't exactly what I was thinking at all. They weren't really a particularly good match to the card, so I just kind of abandoned that whole thing and just kept going with it, knowing that this wouldn't be ultimately the direction I went for the Christmas card batch, because this didn't end up looking even remotely Christmas at all when I was done. So I'm just kind of playing at this point, kind of deepening color, coming in the center of those kind of circular areas, and then I'm going to come in with this, what was supposed to be kind of like a neutral peachy color, and it came out really too orange. So I think part of that is just the ink pad was really juicy, but I think I also had a lot of residual ink, so this was nowhere near the color I was going for. So again, not Christmas. Just gonna keep doing the ink blending, and then I'll set that aside. But like I said, stick around. I'll show you how I finished that card as the bonus card. Okay, so now I just decided to go from different colors just off the top of my head. So I do keep those two kind of tealish colors. I don't end up using all of them, I don't think. And then I have suede shoes for more of a blue color, Coral Cabana. And you'll see, I'm just going to kind of play around and figure out. There I have In the Park and Daydream, and look at that. You see how graceful I am? Just dropping stuff all over the place, getting ink everywhere. Picture of grace. I've got suede shoes, Coral Cabana, and Sauna. But again, I don't know if I end up using all of those. I like to a girl's got to have options, right? I gotta figure out as I go. So I smacked it down on a new card base and pressed it down with my brayer, and now I'm coming in with I think Coral Cabana. I don't believe it's Sauna yet. I think it's Coral Cabana, and then I'll use Sauna for the deeper color, and then just kind of switching it up. So then I'll use kind of the teals and the greens more around the outside portion. So it looks almost a bit like a flower, but it's really not. It's just kind of a cool design. You could make it look, holiday related, or you could just use it year round. It's just kind of a fun design. So yeah, here I have In the Park, I believe, and then I'll come in with more of a teal. So I don't always like red and green, so the way that I like to combat it is to bring in a little bit of teal. So I feel like the teal complements like a pinky red better than green. I don't always like red and green together, so I feel like this has a feeling of Christmas, but I really like what that teal adds to it. Just that little touch of a cooler blue gives it more of an appropriate sort of Christmas feel. Now I have to figure out how to finish the card, so I'm shopping my sentiment strip book. This I added a bunch of Christmas sentiments to, so it's my sentiment strips / my Christmas sentiment book. I did do a video about this recently. I do have another book for just plain sentiments, and then I have one for my critters. So this is how I like to store things. This is how I'm able to batch, by having a lot of things ready to go. So I'm just kind of going through, seeing what my options are. I have this Merry Christmas. That one might have worked now that I'm looking at it. But as you saw in the finished design, I ended up going with something else. But again, a girl's got to have options, got to make sure it's what I want it to be. Got 'Tis the Season. Didn't really like how that looked on there. I felt like it was kind of too big and clunky. Christmas wishes, we'll see. Nope, too much. Quickly put that away. So I do end up eventually figuring it out, obviously. I really like that joy, but I don't think I wanted to die cut a bunch of those out. So I end up abandoning the book and getting some other options. I got this other one, and then I ended up ultimately going with all these Tailored Expression simple strips because I really liked the color of the green cardstock. I felt like it was kind of a nice complement, and I had a bunch of Christmas ones ready to go. So I'm just putting these thin foam strips on the back. I get them from Amazon. I'll link them in the video description box below. If you expand and scroll down, you'll find all those details, but it gives it just a little bit of dimension. And to add a little bit of blingage, I have some white kind of sparkly sequins that I'm going to put in odd numbers around the composition with my jewel picker tool and some liquid glue. So that's the basic design. I did batch a bunch more off screen just to kind of add to my Christmas card stash. I usually end up needing around 120, 130 cards. So this was a nice way to kind of batch this design to get a handful of them for my stash. You can see there's different variations on the sentiment, but the basic design idea is all the same. So I've got a bunch of these now. I'm going to stack them up and then stick around. I'll show you this other card. Now here's a photo of the other card and how I finished it. Not holiday related at all. That just speaks to the versatility of this stencil. You can see I grunged it up a little bit. I put some gold splatter around, and I wanted to tie in the black on the shadow layers, so I kind of just took my mini Distress ink and black soot and just kind of rubbed it all willy-nilly around the edges and used my corner chompers. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing, and all the information will be below in the video description box. I'll catch you next time. Bye.